a decent mascot for a franchise that took a while to figure out if they wanted a nickname. Rechristened as the Utah Mammoth, they have now announced their new mascot. That is Tusky right there. According to the Utah Mammoth, perfect. I don't know about that. I would say that he's an acceptable, a decent mascot, but I'm going to say fallen short of greatness. It's not going to make anybody forget the Philly fanatic. What I have for you today here are some of my favorite terrible mascots. The Utah Mammoth, formerly the Utah Hockey Club, rechristened as the Utah Mammoth. They have now announced their new mascot. Big deal here. And let's take a look. The production value on the video that they put together for this was crazy. That is Tusky right there. Not to be confused with Tusk, one of Fleetwood Mac's more beloved songs. Nothing like a good marching band involved in a song, but he's wearing the 00 there. That is Tusky. He's here. And according to the Utah Mammoth X feed, he's perfect. I don't know about that. Tusky is all right. Ronnie, what do you think of Tusky? Give Tusky a grade real quickly, Ron. A, B, C, D, F. What does he get?
I like how his trunk bounces. I mean, I think
he's got a mohawk as well.
I think he looks good. I mean,
I don't understand.
I wish they would have been the woolly mammoth. I think that would have made for a way better mascot. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like him. He looks like an athlete.
He's okay. I would say that he's an acceptable, a decent mascot, but I'm going to say fallen short of greatness. This is not going to make anybody forget the San Diego, later known as the famous chicken. It's not going to make anybody forget the Philly fanatic. It's not going to make anybody forget Youpie. But a decent mascot for a franchise that took a while to figure out if they wanted a fucking nickname. I guess decent is probably a reasonable outcome. But it got me to thinking about mascots and greatness in mascots. And I think that as mascots go, the one place that you don't really want to reside is somewhere in the murky middle. You are shooting for greatness, and if you miss greatness, I say, fuck it. Let's just go to the depths of terrible and show me a mascot that's so fucking bad that I can't even believe that two people thought it was a good idea for it to even make it to the light of day and be seen by fans. And so what I have for you today here are some of my favorite terrible mascots throughout history. And we will begin with one of my favorites here. It's a little history lesson today on the Ricky Cobb Show. I'm Professor Cobb here because some of you probably are unaware that some of these mascots exist, but they did. They just didn't exist for very long because they were so bad they were rejected and sent back to the scrap heap. We'll start with a mascot that only lasted for part of one season. In 1979, the Texas Rangers rolled out the Rootin' Tootin' Ranger. Yeah, that's right. He was the rootinest and the tootinest. And presumably also the shootinest there, as I see he has a holstered hand cannon there. Led the American League in 1979. He was only around for 1 year, but he did lead the league in making children shit their pants. A distant cousin of Yosemite Sam. Didn't work out. One of the reasons, Ron, that it didn't work out is because of the Texas heat being inside the costume. The guy who was in it apparently fainted on more than one occasion. Ron? Probably losing 30 pounds a game there in Arlington, just baking inside that fucking costume. But there you have it. And he had a little stagecoach as well, as you can see there on the cover of the program. R.I.P. to the Rootin' Tootin' Ranger. Gone, but because of this show, not entirely forgotten. Perhaps you might prefer The Atlanta Braves mascot that debuted in the 1970s, chlamydia. This is what happens when you don't wear a rubber, motherfucker. The Braves made a bold move in 1979 when they hired chlamydia to be their mascot, and look how happy he is. That is actually the bleacher creature, the Braves bleacher creature, who debuted in 1976, I believe it was, and lasted for about 5 seasons before he was dismissed. He looks like he's strung out there. He looks like the shag carpet in my childhood home by the time that we reached the 90s. We still had the original 70s carpet. You know how shag carpet would get that sort of look right there? That's the vibe that I'm getting from the Braves bleacher creature. He moved on to greener pastures after just a handful of years at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Now here's one Tim might or might not remember. Tim is a little bit younger than me. He may not remember this one, but as a Yankees fan, some of you out there of a certain age might remember this guy, Dandy. Look at that. Yankees mascot from 1979 to 1981, who looked like a registered sex offender from Sesame Street, as I tweeted here. Perhaps even unregistered, which is even more concerning, quite frankly. On the heels of back-to-back world championships, they brought out Dandy in 1979, Thurman Munson died, and it was all downhill from there. But children presumably were horrified, Ron, is what I can say. Tim, do you have any recollection of Dandy?
Negative. Not a one.
All right. Is this the first time that you've even seen this?
Correct. Yeah, and I would have definitely been hip to that. It was not part of the Delwood yearbook. It was not part of any giveaway that I remember. But you're going to make me fire up the old Google machine and ChatGPT to see.
Okay. From what I can gather, Tim, he was designed by the same people that did the Philly Fanatic, which goes to show that nobody's perfect. All right, 1 out of 2 ain't bad, Meatloaf says. Debuted in 79. They kept him in the upper deck. George Steinbrenner hated mascots, and he didn't want to see the mascot. So they they were trying to walk the fine line between having a mascot and not pissing off the boss too much. So he was retired in 1981. It was a short run for him. All right, here's another one. 1984. This is a one-year wonder as well, guys. The San Francisco Giants had Crazy Crab.
Oh, gosh.
there he is. He was now here's the thing. He was bad on purpose because he was introduced as a so-called anti-mascot to mock other teams who had mascots. So his gimmick was that he sucked, and fans booed him, which was supposed to happen, which is kind of cool in a way that the Giants went for that. But the fans would actually, boo him, and then players, they say, even pelted him with debris. And the guy got injured who was in the costume, and he later filed a lawsuit against the organization. And then the Giants, they've got Lou Seal now. Isn't that their mascot? Their mascot is a seal named Lou. You see what they did there? A little bit of Little Richard influence. But they went over a decade after this without a mascot. It went so poorly when they brought him out. And I'm going to skip ahead one, guys. I want to go to the baseball bug, and then we'll go back. We'll go back to the next two. But here's one for you. This is the Cleveland Indians baseball bug. Look at this motherfucker, Ron. Kinda, I don't know what's going on there with that nose. Is he he's a bug.
Oh, so that's a nose. Okay, I thought that was a hat. That's actually a nose.
That's a bug nose. Yeah, that he has there. It's unclear specifically what type of bug he was.
Bug jowls? Are those like bug jowls underneath his
I think those may be bug jowls, and it looks like his cap is down over his head like he's a Fat Albert in the Junkyard Gang character here. You know, he's got almost like a what is it? Like a dumb Donald situation going on there with his headwear. He lasted a very short time, just about a year. So that didn't work out. And then we've got an NFL one here for you. This is the New Orleans Saints mascot, Sir Saint, who Ron was very surprised to learn that was his name, because Ron, weren't you pretty sure that he had a different name?
Yeah, I for sure thought his name was Scrody.
His name should have been Scrody, because he looks like a big pair of balls. Do you get it? I tweeted about this. When your mascot's chin looks like a toss-up between a giant nutsack and Kim Kardashian's ass, you know you got something pretty special going on down in New Orleans. So, I don't know. I'm kind of with this guy. He's sort of like Giggity. You know what I mean? Do you think Seth MacFarlane it was inspired to create Quagmire after going to a New Orleans Saints game? I think that it's possible. Now, we got one more that we're going to do here, and this is going to be my segue to now officially welcome to the program the international streaming star who joins me as always from Nashville, Tennessee, is, of course, Ronnie T-Shirts. And what bad mascot party would be complete without the 1970s version of Brutus Buckeye? Let's get a look at this. Right? Let's get a look at this right here.
Just looks sad. He looks sad and helpless.
Look at those legs. His legs are just the guy who's in the costume. So we're not even going to bother. He's like, what do his legs look like? They're just going to be some dude's pants is what they look like. And I got to imagine that that's difficult. He has no arms. So he probably had to have somebody with him so he didn't just tip over.
Like a weeble wobble?
Yeah, the original version of Brutus, at least this is what I'm led to believe, Ron. You're the Ohio State historian here. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but they say the original version of him was paper mache.
Yes.
Similar to like a piñata.
True.
And heat and rain destroyed him on multiple occasions.
Look at that. The thing's terrifying.
Yeah. They later went to a fiberglass head, but of course he look at what's going on there. Why does he have white eyebrows? It's like
old man. It's like old man eyebrows.
Yes. And then look at the holes they have cut out where his eyes are. Were there two people in there? Why did he need to have that? I don't know. I've got a lot of questions.
Tell you what we can't sleep on in this picture, though, is that sweet hat that dude is wearing. Look at that thing.
How about that sweet bastard there that's with him? And the photo is way better because the guy looks sad.
He's like,
he's deeply reflecting on why he's involved in this situation at all. 50 years later, we're here to remind him and his family, that's right, your grandpa was hanging out with paper mache Brutus Buckeye. So yeah, Ron, there's nothing better than a bad mascot. You know, I say Bob Dylan in the movie, what was the name of A Complete Unknown, where Timothy Chalamet plays Dylan. I've seen that movie 3 times. I think there's a good chance that you would enjoy it, even though you don't like Dylan. It's an interesting story. But anyway, he says, the key is you got to be different. You got to stand out in some way. You got to be memorable, right? And so what do we remember? We remember the things that are really great, and we remember the things that are catastrophically bad. And everything else just kind of goes into the ether. Speaking of, I'm going to say great. In this case, Ron, I want you to look at the Halloween decorations at this house. Somebody got very festive and creative in celebrating Halloween here with Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson inspired yard decor. here. So you've got Bill the fisherman. There, look at that one. That's the best one. That's my favorite. Then you've got this one here where the interview goes badly.
Yeah, but look what else they did.
Yeah.
The attention to detail, Ricky. The navy sweatshirt that he's wearing has holes in it, like the one he did in the interview. So
yes, it's so well done. Just so well done as you go through here, whatever. And I think we have a still as well of one of the decorations in the yard here. There, just look. I don't know. Why is that? Why is that so funny to me? But
I mean, the fact that they put those CFM boots on her is just fantastic.
yes, probably went out and bought them just for this.
Yep.
I can only imagine, but outstanding, well played, mystery person, whoever you are who did this. You richly deserve the attention that you're receiving on social media. And here's one that's just kind of cool, Ron, switching gears with you. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., what a great player. His dad, obviously a Hall of Famer, a Canadian baseball legend. Vladimir Guerrero Sr., of course, making most of his fame with the Montreal Expos. Here is Vlad Jr., Ron, in 2002. Warming up with his dad.
He's
and
not
the rest
3
of
in
the
that
Expos.
picture. He's not 3 in that picture.
Well, how old is he now, Ron?
I don't know, but man, that kid
He's a little
is
guy.
thick.
Well, he was a future stud in the making. Have you ever seen Prince Fielder?
Yes.
When he was a kid?
Yes.
Well, I think we might have some of the same, because you look at Vlad. Vlad is not a small man.
No,
Vladimir Guerrero is.
Ricky, that doesn't look like a
C.
3-year-old.
Jr. is a big kid. Well, no.
Man.
It looks like a future Major League All-Star.
Sure
right
does.
there. Or, yeah, but isn't that sweet? And ends up playing in Canada for the only Canadian team that's left. So and very likely headed to the Hall of Fame himself. If his career continues on the trajectory that it's on, I think the odds are quite good that you're going to have a father-son Hall of Fame duo there. And I don't think we've ever had that before.
I was just going to ask if that's ever happened before.
The Bonds, Bobby Bonds was a fantastic player. He was the 30-30 guy multiple times. The only person who has more 30-30 seasons than Bobby Bonds is Barry. But Bobby wasn't quite a Hall of Fame level guy. He was an all-star caliber guy. Ken Griffey Sr., again, all-star caliber guy, world champion, very good, definitely Hall of very good, but not quite a Hall of Fame player, but produced a Hall of Fame player. I think this is going to be the first Hall of Fame baseball player to have a son.
Gosh, now you have me thinking about,
one.
You got me thinking now about, is there football? Basketball? I mean, nothing's coming to mind.
This is something for us to explore.
Yeah.
We'll do a little research tonight and maybe follow up on this on tomorrow's Feel Good Friday edition of the show. Here's a good nickname for you, Ron. I like a good nickname as much as I like a good mascot. I don't think sports nicknames are quite as great as they used to be, and this is a pretty good one. Hawaii's got a kicker, and he's from Japan. And apparently he's automatic. They call him the Tokyo Toe, Ron. 19 of 19 on field goals. Not extra points. This motherfucker's perfect on field goals. And now their games are going to be live streamed in Japan.
Yeah, we talked about him earlier in the year.
Matsuzawa. Yeah. There he is. Now, even though they call him the Tokyo Toe, he does wear a kicking shoe. Ron, unlike the Philadelphia Toe, I speak of the great Tony Franklin.
He could have been on your Franklin list. He could have been on your Franklin list the other day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tony Franklin could have been on my more qualified to coach Penn State list. But, of course, Tony Franklin, who kicked without a shoe. Remember?
It was the thing back
yarder.
then. It was the thing.
Booting a 50. I should have taken my shoe off when I went to
Texas Stadium,
Jerry World and was
Harry
kicking
Worlds,
field
yeah.
goals. Yeah, I should have taken my shoe off for one and seen what I could do. I have tried to kick barefoot before, though. It fucking hurts.
I was just gonna say, dude, it kind of hurts.
It fucking really hurts.
You imagine
And
doing
then
what
can
Tony
you
Franklin
imagine
did in
doing
the
it in
snow?
cold weather?
Yeah, I just say same thing.
Rich
yeah,
Carlos, another barefoot kicker, Denver Broncos. He did kick in the snow. I mean, imagine being the Broncos kicker and just being like, "No, I don't need a shoe. I'm going to go out and try to kick with the foot that I can't feel
Yeah, I mean,
and
just
see how that goes." I guess
think
maybe that
about how
helps.
hard those footballs
Yeah,
were when you were
barefoot
a
and
kid.
live, barefoot and live. I'm going to try to get you this.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
there were a lot of barefoot kickers, though. Mike Lansford of the Los Angeles Rams was a barefoot kicker.
It was all the fad,
That's
Ricky.
another
Back
one.
then. Didn't Russell Erxleben? Feel like he did too.
Did he?
Maybe.
Well, maybe he did.
It's a great
I
name.
can't
though.
remember. It is a great name. Can you spell it?
Oh gosh, no. RRUSS.
Well, you did. You found the loophole. That's very good. You're thinking like an attorney. Ron, tonight we have the Unk Bowl, Thursday night football, Steelers and Bengals. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, 40 plus and still out there, having a little bit of a renaissance in Pittsburgh. I would say Pittsburgh is going considerably better than New York did. And then we've also got Joe Flacco, who is now the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback after the trade of a fifth rounder from Cincinnati to the Cleveland Browns, where Joe Flacco began the year. But Unk is a thing now. Are you aware of the Gen Z kids?
Yep.
They're big on calling like
Yep.
older guys
Somebody-
Unks.
Yeah. Like
My,
it's not
my
it's the oldest guy in the room. It's the oldest guy in the room. So it doesn't really matter how old
Oh,
you are.
is
It's just
that-
whoever's the old. Yeah, it's
Okay.
whoever's the oldest guy in the room. So if a basketball team like the Thunder last year had a bunch of 21 and 22-year-olds, and Caruso, they called Caruso Unk but Caruso's like 30 years old. So it's
Okay.
whoever's the oldest guy in the room.
All right, there you go. See, my 20-year-old daughter told me a couple of days ago that my 15-year-old calls her Unk. So it's a thing. It's a thing.
6'7".
And by the way, the Bengals
6'7".
The Bengals are going to be wearing the Siegfried and Roy White Tiger jerseys tonight, by the way, and helmets, for that matter. Think that we have the, there you go. What do you think of those, Ron?
I like them.
I don't
I-
fucking like them.
I like them a lot.
You got one of the best helmets in the NFL. Why do you want to fuck with it? I think I would like the jerseys fine, but I think they should leave the helmets alone.
I
They
don't
should
know.
wear
I
the
like
orange
them.
helmets with that.
I like them. I like them.
Yeah?
I think it looks clean.
Well, we're going
I
to
like it.
disagree. Well,
We're
that
allowed
guy's
to
number
disagree.
44, Ron. Well, I guess so. Some people say that disagreeing makes for quality viewing.
I mean, if this was an echo
So maybe we
chamber,
should
how
just
much fun would
disagree
this
about
be?
things. Wouldn't be fun at all. That guy was number 44, Ron. And here's a shocking fact for you. Grandpa Munster. You remember Grandpa Munster? Did you ever watch the Munsters?
Nope.
I'm going to throw this at you. I'm going to throw this at you, you motherfucker.
I love how mad you get when I don't consume the same things
You
as
better
you
duck.
have.
You better duck. Will you duck like you see this coming? Hang on. Shit. I missed again. All right. Grandpa Munster, are you aware? Please tell me that you know who Grandpa Munster is, that you have some mental picture of this.
I do.
Are you lying to me right now?
No, I saw your tweet the
Tell
other
me the
day.
truth.
I saw your tweet the other day.
All right. Al Lewis, who played Grandpa Munster, was 41 years old during the first season of the Munsters. My buddy Brent told me this, and I immediately went and tweeted, "Today I learned Al Lewis was 41 during the first season of the Munsters. I think I need to sit down now." I thought this motherfucker was at least 60.
Well, because
Hey,
look,
I know he's wearing makeup.
He's got the original Brutus Buckeye eyebrows. He's got the old man eyebrows.
In fact, yeah, he's got old man eyebrows. But a mere lad of 41, younger than Aaron Rodgers, when that photo was taken. Ronnie,
he's kind of got like that nutsack thing going on
Sanford
too.
And Son.
Look at that. Like you look at it, it's kind of got that nutsack thing going on.
Oh no, I don't know about all that, but
I see things.
So there you go. Well, you're about to see some real shit now, Ron, because guess what? We've reached the time in the program where America waits with bated breath 5 days a week. Everybody circles Friday on their calendar because it's time for America's Poll of the Day. And let's go to it now on Super 70 Sports on X, where the eagle flies high. I don't know, higher than the people were when they created the Rootin' Tootin' Ranger. In fact, and that's pretty fucking high. Today's poll comes to you courtesy half of the great Rex Crum and half myself. Rex sent me a list of choices. I grabbed a couple of them. I wanted to collaborate. Rex and I never even talked about it. I didn't even reply to him, Ron. He texted me. I was so busy getting ready for the show. Rex, if you're watching, please accept this as my reply. I thank you. You're a great American who I'm sure has watched the Munsters, unlike some people. Here are the choices. The top two come to us courtesy of Rex. The bottom two are from me. Rush, the Canadian band, Geddy Lee and Neil Peart and whoever the fuck the other guy is. Second, we have a straight razor shave. And that's the kind, that Wyatt Earp used to get, where you lay back in the chair and they take a machete and carve the stubble off of your neck with it, I believe. At least that's what I'm imagining. Third, we have the street magician, David Blaine. And lastly, an old favorite everybody knows, rock, paper, scissors. Ronnie, break it down for me as only you can.
All right, so straight razor shave. I've never had that done, so I just cannot have an opinion. And I mean, I've never had a beard longer than 6 or 7 days, so it's just nothing I've ever done before. It's funny, by you saying that David Blaine was a street magician, I was about to say that dude's a freaking weirdo. I was thinking of Chris Angel, and thankfully you corrected it. So yeah, David Blaine's kind of good. I like when he goes up to people on the street.
David Blaine's pretty fucking weird too. I mean,
yeah, but not Chris Angel weird.
I watched him puke up 5 live frogs one time, Ron. That's pretty weird. Maybe Chris Angel's weirder, but David Blaine is in the 99th percentile of weirdness.
I'm sorry that this one was yours. Rock, paper, scissors. I just think that's a dumb way to settle anything. And Rush.
Okay, let's settle who's right, Ron. You want to do that? Are we coordinated where we can do it?
The problem is we have a tiny delay, but
I don't fucking know. Always go paper is my advice, by the way. People like to go scissors. And then people realize that other people like to go scissors, so they tend to go rock because they're expecting scissors, but then you hit them with paper.
You just made my point.
I
appreciate when you make my point.
Telling you.
It's a dumb way to settle something. Rush, I like Tom Sawyer.
Settle it with a fist fight like a goddamn man. Am I right, Ronnie?
Yeah, I like the song Tom Sawyer.
Knuckles up.
So, I'm going to go with Rush because I like the song Tom Sawyer, but that's it. I don't know any other song of theirs.
All right. All I know about Rush, I know 3 things about Rush. They're from Canada. Tom Sawyer is the only song of theirs that I like. I do agree with you on that. I had a friend who played it in a battle of the bands at the 1991 Southern Kentucky Fair. Shout out to my old buddy Rob Strange. And the third thing I know about Rush is they suck. I can't even take it. Geddy Lee's voice. Oh, I can't do it. Can't fucking do it. Don't even like to look at him either, for that matter. So all day long, Rush is last for me. My skin's crawling thinking about him. A straight razor shave, I don't think I got the guts to do it because you are putting a lot of stock
Somebody could just
in the mental stability. Yes. You're putting a lot of stock in the mental stability of that barber, is what I'm saying. I don't want to lay back and give anybody the opportunity to give me a Colombian necktie. So I'm going to pass on that. It's not Dodge City in 1850. Third, David Blaine. Look, I saw him stick a needle through his arm. He did it on fucking Joe Rogan. All right? I saw him puke up live frogs that he swallows and keeps in his stomach. And then he knows he's pretty interesting, but very, very weird. I am going to stand up for the greatness of rock, paper, scissors today. I'm going rock, paper, scissors. Let's turn it over to Super 70s Nation and see what the public has to say on this very important matter, because it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. The public decides with America's poll of the day. And we're about to find out as the candle is lit here. And it's Rush. 49.7% of my audience has shit in their ears, is what I just learned, Ron. I still love you guys. Look, I'm a Bob Dylan fan, and I can't tell you how many people in my life have said to me, I can't stand Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan can't sing.
I'd be one of those people,
God bless
Ricky.
you.
I'd be one of those people.
God bless, but I'm shocked. I'm shocked at 50%.
I mean,
David
how can
Blaine at 5.5. He's down there in the WNBA /
Chaka
Chaka
Khan.
Khan zone. Yeah. Chaka Khan. That's what's happening there. Straight razor shave, 18%. Rock, paper, scissors with a respectable 27. But good God. Really, Rush? I can't stand him, bro. I got to turn the channel when I hear Geddy Lee's voice. Unless it's Tom Sawyer. In which case, I will listen to that one.
I don't hate Rush because I don't know anything they sang. I just know Tom Sawyer. And I think they had an album
Maybe
called
I should listen to
2112.
a few more songs. Neil Peart, they talk about what an unbelievable drummer Neil Peart was. He had this humongous drum set and, whatever. And look, I'm sure he was great. But I don't know. I just never got it. Listen, if you're out there and you're a Rush fan, get in the comments here on the show channel. Leave me the one song that I should listen to that might change my mind. Don't make it Tom Sawyer because I already know and like Tom Sawyer. But give me a Rush song that I, as someone who thinks I hate Rush, might appreciate. Leave it in the comments for me and I will listen and I'll report back. I'll give them a fair chance. And with that being said, Ron, let's go to a break right now because, I don't know, I'm going to sit back, have a lung dart and bask in the tremendous success of the first 40 minutes of this program, but we're not done yet. We're going to come back with a few more surprises for you still. And of course, one thing that is never a surprise, I'll be asking Ronnie T-Shirts the question that I love to ask him around this time of the day. And it will all happen straight ahead, right here, right after this on The Ricky Cobb Show.
Football's finally back. So's the hard-hitting gridiron action on Prize Picks. Download Prize Picks and use code OUTKICK and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Do not adjust your device, my friends. This is, in fact, real video. This is not AI video. This is the Los Angeles Rams taking the field for practice at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Think of the greats in the history of Baltimore baseball. Brooks Robinson, Jim Palmer, Cal Ripken Jr., and Matthew Stafford. Motherfucker. Here they are. Why is this happening? Well, they just beat the Ravens on Sunday in Baltimore. And they are going overseas next week to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. This week, rather, the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they had to have a place to practice this week. And what sense does it make to go from Baltimore back to Los Angeles when you're on your way to London next? So they were able to work it out to practice right there where Cal Ripken once went around the length of the entire field high-fiving fans after he played in his 2,131st straight game. So a little bit of that mojo goes with the LA Rams as they make their way to London to take on Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars this weekend. So, Ronnie, a little weird, huh? Seeing that scene and a very unfamiliar situation with the Los Angeles Rams wandering into that picture.
Yeah, I don't know which team it is. There's a team that Denver, maybe they'll stay in West Virginia. I think it's called the Greenbrier Inn, and it's for the same reason. It's like they've got multiple games on the East Coast, and they're like, why are we going to go? Why are we going to go back home and then turn around in 3 days and come back? So I think it's smart. It's kind of fun for the players. A little change of scenery.
Hanging out right there across from where Babe Ruth roamed that area as a child. Ron?
I kind of wonder though, why would they immediately just hop on a plane, and if like they're not going home, just hop on a plane, go to London and get your jet lag gone and get acclimated to the time zone and all that.
Well,
yeah.
Once they lose this week to the Jaguars, that might be a good question for Sean McVay. Why were you farting around in the outfield at Camden Yards? It's food for thought, Ron. And I know that you always give us food for thought at this juncture in the program when I look at you, tilt my head, and say, what the fuck, Ron?
Great news coming in December for all you guys out there that are undateable. So, Sam Altman.
Shout out to 1980s Ricky Cobb.
Well, you're going to see where I'm going with this. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, said that this December, they're going to have age verification for ChatGPT. And once they do, you're going to be able to do all kinds of AI erotica, which I believe includes sexting. So, Ricky, had the technology existed back in the 80s, you would have been able to sext.
How fucking sad is that? Like, what are you just sexting with? Like, is it just text? Is there is the AI is there going to be like a visual?
Oh, like if you're just like, send me a picture of your titties, will they send a picture of, I don't know. I mean, hey, for the show, Ricky, I will try it out once it's up and running.
Okay.
For the show, for research purposes only. That's all.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Absolutely.
No other reason.
The things that you would do, Lori will understand that.
I swear it's not a real person.
Lori's going to be like, do you need Jergens lotion for this?
Oh, well,
is
listen,
that part of the assignment?
Yeah, she'd be like, wait, I don't have to deal with you. Have at it.
Sweet relief after 30 plus years for Lori t-shirts. Let me tell you now.
But think about this. This is like opening up, like, they used to have the phone sex lines. Yeah. This is kind of the same thing. You're going to be able to text your dirty thoughts and you're going to get a response. So
there's eventually just going to be sex robots in the future.
Well, aren't there already?
It's going to be like AI. Well, I guess there are, but like eventually it's going to be.
I mean, I wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't know
about that. I wouldn't know about that, Rick.
Yeah. What was that large box on the porch last week?
Oh, a new refrigerator. It was a new refrigerator.
New refrigerator came. How about that? What the fuck else is going on, Ron?
This next story made me think of you because, I mean, I just feel like Gene's a part of the show. He doesn't know it, but like Gene's a part of the show. And so I guess one of his cousins was caught on a family security cam dropping a dead mouse into the meal that was being cooked on the stove.
Oh my God.
So now this is a foster cat named Wendy, and the woman that's doing the fostering, she said when she came back in after walking the dog, she said the cat was just acting kind of weird, which I don't know how she would know that the cat. Do you know when Gene's done something? Can you tell he's done something like he's kind of a little upset and he doesn't want you to know about?
No.
Okay, so that's why I'm like,
Just to be
but
honest
anyway,
with you, is this a fucking setup?
no.
Is this a fucking setup?
No, I
This
found
really
it. I found
happened?
it on.
My
I found it
foster
on.
cat was acting a little weird.
Yeah, I
Sounds
found
kind
it
of
on.
fishy to me.
No, I don't know. But don't. Isn't that something that cats do? Don't they bring dead things to their owners as like, here's a gift for you because thank you so much for
Yes.
taking care of me.
Yes.
Does Gene ever brought you
It's
anything?
like Gene has never
offering.
done that, but an ex-girlfriend's cat once hopped up on the couch and dropped something on my chest that rolled off of my chest and down into the couch cushions.
Oh my gosh.
And so I pulled the couch cushion back to see what it is, and it was a dead mouse. But that cat liked me better than he liked her. So shout out to him. You weren't the problem.
You know who you
My
are.
former cat bro.
You know
Yeah.
who you are.
You know who you are. He brought me the dead mouse. He didn't bring it to her. He brought it to me because we were bros. And I always respected him for that. So, yeah, that's a thing. They're showing you it's like a token of
Yeah, it's an offering.
it's a token of gratitude.
Yeah.
They can't go to Hallmark and buy a card. You know what I mean? So they do
cannot.
what they can.
Hey,
It's the
Mom,
thought that
Dad,
counts,
it's a
truly,
dead bird.
in that
It's a
situation.
dead bird.
It's like, here, I'm going to
I
add
could
a
have
little
eaten this.
something to the
I
night's
could have
dinner.
eaten this dead mouse, but I am instead giving it to you.
I'm giving it to you so that we can break bread later together as a family and all enjoy it. The intention is very noble. Let's go to poll replies, Ron, where our intentions are also always noble with America's Poll of the Day. By the way, I got a text that came in during the break from the great Rex Crum. Rex Crum saying to me, Ricky, your hatred of Rush, maybe you need to join Ronnie in a Siberian gulag. So there you are. But you can't accuse me of not being American because I don't like a Canadian band, can you?
Do you hate Nickelback too?
They're not even Americans. I'm suspicious of all foreigners. Ron, I can't. I love Canada. My love of Canada is well documented. I was on the cover of the Montreal Gazette one time. You can look it up. It's a true story. Let's see what people have to say here today about this outcome. Rush dominating. There they are playing rock, paper, scissors. Ron, the PCH 5150 put that together in short order.
I mean, look at all the graphic
Unless there's
effects he did on there too.
Yeah, unless they had a rock, paper, scissors album and I don't realize it. Equality 72521. Why is everything a fucking phone number all of a sudden? Anyone picking Rush is instantly air drumming unless they're thinking of Rush Limbaugh. Well, maybe I air drum when I think of Rush Limbaugh. Equality, did you ever consider that? Bill Clinton is terrible. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Landon Nolan, 1, 2, 3, rock. Rock, 1, 2, 3, rock, rock. No, rock flies right through the paper. Yeah, if you ever really think about it. Why does paper defeat a rock? Just because they said so. I need to look up how rock, paper, scissors was invented. It's one of those things that I've just always known my entire life, but what's the origin of rock, paper, scissors, Ron? Who created it? Where did it come from? If you can look that up, that would be spectacular. I feel like you're either, I see you on the Zoom, and I feel like you're either looking that up for me or you're checking to see if the
I am.
adult chat GPT is launched already. And there's Rex Crum. Look at this. Well, look at a young Rex Crum there. Right there with Alex, is it Lifeson? That's how I'm going to pronounce it. It has to be, right? And then
tell me when you're ready.
Geddy Lee in Boston in 96. Look at that. Rex Crum with a brief career in journalism and hanging with the boys there. He said he's seen them like 9 or 10 times. So, listen, when Rex Crum gives his endorsement of something, I do give that weight and credibility. So, it counts for something. All right, Ronnie, tell us the origin of rock, paper, scissors here.
Rock, paper, scissors originated in China with early mentions dating to the Han Dynasty, which is 206 BC to 220 AD. The game spread to Japan, where it was developed into the 3-gesture version similar to today's game. It was introduced to the Western world in 20th century, initially gaining popularity in Europe before spreading to the United States. There you go.
How about that? I thought it was just going to go back to like the 1940s or something.
No, man.
That's way more impressive. It goes back to the ancient Chinese.
Yeah, 2006 BC. That's kind of a long time ago.
That's crazy. Back in the days when they were inventing Calgon. Remember when Calgon was the ancient Chinese secret, Ron? There's something for you to consider. You know, Ronnie, I appreciate all of your contributions to the program today. My thanks to Adam and Molly in Nashville, to P.A. Jarrett, and of course to producer Tim, most of all to you sweet bastards. You're the reason that I do this. I love you guys. But the Fox Nation Patriot Awards are coming up November 6th in New York City at the Tillis Center, hosted by Sean Hannity. And you can get your tickets at foxnation.com/Patriot Awards. That's right. This year's show promises to be even bigger than last year's show, which was already fabulously successful. And you can be there in attendance in New York City. All you got to do is go to foxnation.com/Patriot Awards. And with that, I bid you guys adieu. Enjoy the Unk Bowl tonight. Enjoy your Thursday evening. Enjoy your family and friends or whatever it is that you have on your agenda. And let's make a deal right now that we'll meet back here tomorrow when we will get your weekend started early, and we will get it started right with another episode of The Ricky Cobb Show.